Greetings friends and welcome to another live stream. Today we're going to continue our adventure through Professor Layton and the AZRAN Legacy. The last game on the main Professor Layton series, at least for now. My name is Sumi Yellow and I truly hope everybody here is having a good day. And if that's not the case, well, that's what I'm here for, of course. That's not your real last name? Unfortunately, it's not, but it is a nickname that I've grown quite fond of personally. So, without further ado, let's continue, shall we? I truly hope everyone's Wednesday is going alright. Okay, so in the last episode, we formally started our, as I like to call it, our Puzzle World Tour. Sumi Yellow, Smartypants, Smudberg, Gay Panda. Well, despite the fact that none of those names are on my ID, hence they're not my legal names, unfortunately, I can say for certain that all of those are extremely appropriate and pretty accurate. Worldwide Pussy Tour. That is pretty much what is happening here, and if you want one of those, well, there's one right here. In the more literal sense, of course, it is a cat. But it seems like we don't have any leftover puzzles, at least for now. It is, I do find it interesting that we do have quite the different locations that we can visit. It's not a strictly linear experience, as you can see. We have plenty of locations that we can visit. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna start right here. So let's get to it, shall we? Layton gets so much pussy on the road. Well, cat trio had to come from somewhere, I'll say. Just look at all these fabulous colors. I'm sorry, but you'll have to spare me a few minutes for my photo album. It must be difficult to live in such a remote place. I must confess, I didn't think we would encounter such a vibrant settlement as this. It's not even marked on the map, almost as I thought it were some kind of lost paradise. I think I prefer a less spongy paradise. Quite. Now, I'd like to speak to that young man over there. He might help us find the egg before our nostrils seal up in the protest. Oh. I am unsure if this is a really wild hairstyle or some sort of hat that makes him look like a mushroom. Interesting. Well, his name is Chestnut, so... What do you think, people in the audience? Hat or hairstyle? Because I'm quite doubtful myself on the matter. This is a real brain scratcher. Oh no? Oh no, my hair, it's got me. It's eating my hand. Oh, it is his hair. Okay. This is a toad? Excuse me, sir. We were wondering if you could assist. It's eating me alive. What? What? You don't get it? I don't have time for this. It's almost sundown. That is his hair. Well, that's not exactly how I foresaw that conversation going. What on earth was he doing? Maybe that's just a normal way for people to act in this village. I don't think that's a normal way for people to act anywhere, Aurora. Ah, there's a lady over there. If at first you don't succeed... That lady over there? And she seems to have a puzzle for us. Oh, everyone has mushroom hairstyles in this place, it seems. What? What? What is that funny looking thing on your head? Good day, madam. If you're referring to this gentleman's head, it's actually considered to be a rather suave item of clothing. No, not the hat. I'm talking about what's on your head. I don't believe there's anything on Professor Sycamore's head. Are you quite sure? Yes, of course I'm sure. Oh dear, my sides are splitting. It's your hair. What's with those funny little bunches? They're so curly, like piggy tails. I get the feeling Professor Sycamore took that as an offense. judging from his very intense facial expression. Okay, puzzle 45, Piglet Racing. These adorable Lego piglets are about to take a part in a race, but they won't be able to start until they are lined up in the correct traps, as indicated by the numbers on their backs. The little piggies are scared of being moved around on their own, so you'll need to pick them up 2 at a time. The man has masculated securities clearly. No making fun of the panda fluff. I try to take care of my hair personally. I think it looks well, I am personally satisfied with how my hair looks. If it's to everybody's liking, I am glad. Okay. Do you think you can move them all to the correct place in time for Stardust Gun? Okay. Just move it 2 at a time, put them in order, I assume. This should be simple enough. Okay. I see how this goes. If we move these 2, which would allow us to put 1 and 2 now where they belong. Now we can do the same with these 2, and then we can move 3 and 4 where they belong.
Upon careful consideration, logical thinking is essential in my line of work.
Good job. Simple enough. Very good, nice way to start. Alright, I'll come down now. No need to get your knickers in a twist. Anyhow, welcome to our humble home of Pongji. I'm Amanita. We don't usually accept outsiders, but I think we can make an exception for you lovely people. Well, I can't say I appreciate this light against my hair. I admit this place is fascinating. And the name, very evocative. We haven't introduced ourselves. Desmond Sycamore, archaeologist. It's a pleasure. Herschel LAYTON. Like Professor Sycamore here, I also work in the field of archaeology. I see that an allure of puzzles pervades even the most remote of regions. Well, puzzles are a bit of a trend around here. Don't be too surprised if someone suddenly springs one on you. That you chose now to be a moment to warn us about that is something of a puzzle in itself. Listen, I'm really sorry about laughing at you. It's just, I completely forgotten how curly a man's hair could be. I see. The people of Pongji do seem to sport a rather particular hairstyle, I must say. If anyone starts giving you a rough time about being here, just tell an Amanita let you in. That'll sort them. You kept a level head solving my puzzle, even after I got in your hair, and such wonderful hair too. For that I am grateful, Professor Pigtails. Sycamore. Excuse me, Amanita, but we have our favor to ask if you don't mind. Amanita is such a cute name, I do agree. We're looking for a small egg-shaped stone marked with engravings. Have you seen it? Sure, I've seen it. Go straight ahead and you'll come to the grand stage. It's right there. The grand stage, you say? Thank you for your help, Amanita. You've been most kind. Not a problem. Besides, I'm looking forward to seeing your performance. Oh, nothing at all. Go on ahead and you'll see for yourself. Performance, you say? Okay. Can we interact with anything here? I see a bug over there. Oh, is this a mushroom as well? No, it's just a ball. Oh, the flower had a puzzle. What a marvelous flower. I don't recall ever having seen such a species. Oh, how exciting! I'll take a few snaps. All this talk of flowers reminds me of a puzzle. He said, well, for people in chat, Layton has indeed said the line. If we were still playing Layton Bingo, this would be a time to mark that quote. It would be a time to mark that square. Okay. Okay. This family's pet goats have eaten all the flowers in their garden, and it's a real thorn in their side. They need to replant the garden, but they don't want two flowers of the same color next to each other. With this in mind, use the various pieces to fill the garden with the flowers. Bear in mind that the blocks of flowers can be rotated, and that flowers can't be planted in the square that contains the family's house. Okay. Oh, I forgot that they actually appear in the screen on top. That's actually very cute. The fact that they can be rotated definitely complicates things. But at least it's good that we're only dealing with two types of colors here. Does that fit? It does, okay. The house there in the middle is definitely gonna complicate some things. Does this fit right here? It does. Okay, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue. Okay, it's working thus far. This is quite a big block actually. And that actually does fit right there. We're approaching... Okay. Maybe we can avoid the house like this, and the flowers still match what we want here. What if we do this, and they will leave enough space for us to put this piece in here? It actually still matches. And that leaves enough space for this piece right here. And that should solve the puzzle.
Okay, Emmy, time to shine.
Marvelous.
Bring on the next one.
This really is truly a remarkable flower. And so photogenic, I can't wait to get this developed. Well, I assume that we should go to the stage, and there we go. They gathered quite a crowd here. I presume this is the grand stage that Amanita spoke of. Everyone looks really excited, and look at all these decorations. They are quite striking. I would wager that there is some sort of traditional festival taking place. That's just what I was thinking, Professor. I'm sure. It's true. I worked it up from, you know, what's going on around us. Well, that's very perceptive of you, look. Perhaps you can tell me then, what might be the reason this festival is to be? Well... Don't worry, look. At this precise moment, nor can I. Let's just observe the festivities a little, shall we? Oh, there's a man we saw in the entrance. What's he doing? Well, there is quite the crowd of people here. Oh, yeah, that's the same man, true. Although, the chief does not have that much of a mushroom shape, doesn't he? He looks more like a tree. Hey chief, coming up with these routines been a real brain scratcher. Brain scratcher? See? No, I don't see. What are you getting at, boy? Okay, how about this? Oh no, my hair, it's eating me, it's eating my hand. See? It's like my hand's being eaten by my hair. I don't see what you're on about, and you're starting to get on my nerves. This festival is going on for a few days now, and all these acts have been going right over my head. Get off this stage. Ugh, I can feel my lumbago acting up again. Oh, come on, Chief, a little smirk never hurt anyone. Why don't you give it a try? Oh, what's the point? I've gone through all of my best material and you won't even raise an eyebrow. It's no use. No use. Cheesy, love, you're not trying hard enough. Just think of something to really grab his attention. Is it like a talent show? But Chief Moral's been like this for weeks now. Even if I went back up there and fell flat on my face, that stage would still be a laughter-free zone. Oh, cheer up, love. I'm a bed of roses, and they come with thorns to boot. You're going to be thick-skinned. What peculiar people? Are they involved in some kind of contest? If I had to guess, I'd say they're trying to make the village chief laugh. So it would seem, look, and I certainly can't fault them for their efforts. But surely this ritual has some bearing on the Aura Stone, does it not? I don't think so, it just looks like a party to me. Then why does he have it around his neck? That is exactly the stone that we're looking for. Oh look, Professor, it's the egg, look! I like Aurora's new outfit, she does look quite adorable in that outfit. Yes, I'm looking, my boy. Our esteemed chief does seem indeed to be in possession of the egg. He doesn't look like the sort of person who would just leave us have it. Look, at times like this, a gentleman must always remain positive. It can't hurt to ask. Okay. We already unlocked more than half of the mysteries, which is interesting. Perhaps there will be one per area. Oh, I see what your game is. Here I am, putting my heart and soul into my work for the village, and you think you can just come along and steal my thunder? What did we do? We were simply hoping to obtain an audience with your chief to discuss the possibility of a trade. Knew it! You got that beady look in your eyes. Well, you, sir, will not be skipping your way down the queue. Not you, not anyone, got it? Oh no, really, we were just watching the festival. We don't want to take part. Not so hasty, look. If we can make the village elder laugh, is it possible that he might be willing to part with the egg? Oh, good thinking, Professor. We would like to skip our way down the queue. Sure, that's great. Except I already told you. No, I'm not having it. Oh, right. Professor, I guess not everyone here is as friendly as Amanita. Hold on a sec. Did you just say Amanita? What's she got to do with this? As a matter of fact, Amanita was the gracious lady who directed us here. So she's giving you a special treatment then, huh? Can't win, can I? Grumble, grumble. I only wanted my turn. Just because I look angry doesn't mean I want to be. Wow, that was easy. Looks like we have our chance now, Professor. Let's talk to Chief Moral. Just a moment, look. As gentlemen, it won't do it to act arrogantly in the face of tradition. We must approach this carefully, in an appropriate manner. Alright, so how do we do that? Oh, what's going on? Just a dash of preparation before the big performance. Now, after you, look, with a plum. Oh, cutscene. Oh.
Quack, quack.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry, that took me completely off guard. Don't give up, you two. I admire their courage. I, for one, cannot do whatever it is they're doing. Emmy taking pictures, indeed. Luke is making a brave attempt to blur the boundaries of man and beast. The chief must be enjoying this. Curse no. Or not. That is true. That is a picture-worthy moment, for sure. No luck, it would seem. It's a disaster. We throw all this comedy gold at him, and he won't even give us a grin. Something's definitely not right. Professor Quackton. Even if this stuff turns out to be a hoax or whatever, this is all great reference material. So admissible evidence in a court of law. Pictures are cool and important. This is true. I take it your elder... What if... I would assume he's not laughing because his hair is covering his eyes. I get the feeling that's gonna be the hilarious plot twist. No, they haven't have a clue what's changed him. He used to be the life of the party, but now he acts as he's turned toxic. Oh my, he kept the duck face. Our stalwart opponent stood his ground this time. Perhaps a crab impersonation would have had more charm. I could right up close pulling all sorts of faces as him and still not even a tutor. Well, never mind. It was a gallant effort nonetheless. You're up next, Professor Sycamore. Maybe your help will do the trick. It certainly made Amanita crack up. Well, rather than relying on my fashionable hairstyle, I thought I have a shot at some good old British comedy. A bit of dry humor for that wet blanket. That's your job, Mr. Mortal. You tell jokes, Professor? Well, good luck then. Professor Sycamore's cutting with maybe just the solution to our comedic dilemma. Just wait and see. He fixed his glasses and everything. What is that sickly sweet smell? Is there a fruitcake somewhere around here? I believe the scent you've detected is my cologne. My name is Desmond Sycamore, and I'd like to tell you a little joke in exchange for that egg. Go on. The duckbeak does indeed move. Once upon a time, there was a family of deer in a forest, a mother, a daughter, and a son. The mother deer was renowned for baking delicious cakes, and she would make them for all of the other animals in the forest. Everyone talked about what a lovely family they must be, so kind and giving. One day, though, the mother deer got a cold, so she asked the son to go out and deliver the treats in her place. The son agreed, picked up a basket filled with goodies, and left the house. His first stop was a house belonging to a family of rabbits. The rabbit family had never met the boy, but they welcomed him in, saying that, knowing his mom, he must be a lovely boy indeed. They sat down, and to the rabbit's surprise, the young deer began to scoff up all the cakes right in front of them. Then he proceeded to smash up their home before darting off, shouting and screaming, shocking behavior. Needless to say, the animals of the forest learned an important lesson that day. You shouldn't judge a buck by its mother. Wise words. Didn't you say you had a joke to tell me? Well, you see, that bit at the end was the joke. It's a witty play on a common idiom. Witty? What was witty about it? And here I had my hopes up because you smelled a bit like my favorite pudding. Oh, the Professor Sycamore. I am so sorry. Perhaps these bumpkins aren't sophisticated enough to comprehend my wit. I sense a stir brewing within the professor. I'm not surprised. I can't be that good feeling to have your joke fall flat like that. Anyway, this is like trying to get blood from a stone. Let's head back to the village square and think things over. Wow. He needs someone to explain the joke. Well, bug. It's another way to refer to deer. That was good, Sycamore. How about we put on a play nets, a real feast for the senses? Do you think that would get the chief to crack a smile? The senses. Of course, the chief did something rather extraordinary. He could distinctly smell Professor Sycamore's scent. In this simple fact alone, there might lie a significant clue. Show him cat videos. Cat videos are delightful. I love cats personally. First someone laughs at the sight of my hair, then someone else tells me I smell like a cake. Even a saint's patience only lasts so long. In any case, we should redouble our efforts. There must be more to this man than meets the eye. Agreed. The villagers might disclose some vital information to us yet. Let's talk to Amanita. Ah, it's Professor Pigtails and his luscious locks. How did the festival go? Sycamore. And it was an entertaining experience, thank you. However, it doesn't appear as though your chief will be in a celebratory mood anytime soon. Oh well, never mind. Another day, another glorious sunrise. By the way, do you fancy staying for dinner tonight? I can cook up a mouth-watering stew, you know. Oh really? You have any traditional ingredients? Oh yes, plenty of those. Worry full cup, mature parsnip, and a liberal helping of moss and a bark for that added texture. Sorry, can't tonight. Washing my hair. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe once you boil off the poison. Just look at the chief. He comes around every day to eat the stuff, and he's a picture of health. Oh, well, it pains me to decline, but I fear our palates may not be accustomed to such rich cuisine. Pussy videos. He may find those funny as well. Plenty of possibilities. What would you do to make this man laugh in order to get the AZRAN egg? Well, it's sweet of you to put it like that, but I know a no when I hear one. Oh well, more for the chief then. Maybe an extra large portion will help him get out of that grumps he's in. Do you have any idea as to what could have caused it? I really can't say, but there's definitely something up about him. Something more than just a lack of sense of humor. Could you pinpoint that something? Oh, now that you're putting me on the spot. Let's see. Why don't you just ask the chief's family? The Memorial's hut is just west of here. You can't miss it. An excellent idea, madam. We'll pay them a visit now. Oh, you might bump into his granddaughter there. A little bit eccentric, that girl, but cute as a button. Just like her name. Okay, we have a new location to visit now. Let's go do exactly that. Okay, let's explore a little bit here. I see a frog. It might look half asleep, but it's got razor-sharp reflexes, I'm sure. Oh! Okay. Witches saw that bug get eaten. Oh, the frog always eats the bug when you interact with it. Okay, there's an infinite supply of bugs, it seems, that the frog can eat. Any more interactable environments? Some birds. A hint coin. Oh, a puzzle. Outsiders! No, no, no! You're not allowed to talk to me! Mom says you're not supposed to talk to strange children. Surely she didn't say that. You must be the chief's granddaughter, Button, is it? It's alright, you can trust us. We just want to ask about your grandfather. How do you know my name? And about Grandpa? And what's wrong with your hair? It seems safe to say we've found the right hut, Professor. That's not fair. How do you know so much? Do you know everything? Well. Okay. Foul food. Okay. This tropical bird has a terribly unbalanced diet, eating only one kind of fruit per day, either apples or oranges. Each day, the bird keeper places fruit into each of the 4 colored bird boxes according to this chart. The bird decides which kind of fruit he would eat that day, and then eats every piece of it. Last week, the bird keeper noted that the bird took fruit from the blue box 5 times, the red box 4 times, the green box 5 times, and the yellow box 3 times. Which fruit did the bird each day? Okay. Okay, how do you... Oh, you're supposed to put them like that. Okay. So you should put like the apples and the oranges depending on the way the bird ate them. Okay. The speckled bird has its rule. Last week, the bird keeper noted that the bird took fruit from the blue box 5 times. Okay. 5 times from the blue box, which is okay. Okay. So in total, the bird ate a total of 17 fruits total. But how many... But when it comes to like how many oranges and apples it ate, that's what we're trying to find out here. Okay. Oh, I truly appreciate that you can put the instructions here on the top screen or the bottom screen. That's extremely helpful. Because I need to look at a lot of things at the moment. This one is tricky. Thank you for the word, Redeem. No more guagua dry out. That would be unfortunate and very unhealthy. You should always have water nearby. It is important to hydrate and take care of your body. As for how to answer this, if I had to guess from the information given, you're a crusty sponge? Oh. I am so dehydrated. Well, judging from the temperatures that you're dealing with at the moment, I cannot blame you. Humidity is something awful, honestly. Okay. These apples. It's easy. As for the other ones... Okay. It is to visit the okay. Ah, it says right there, okay. It's orange. Orange. promised is apples, I think. It ate apples on Monday, oranges on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and back to apples in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Okay, marvelous. That one took
All
a
in a
while.
day's work.
Kind of a convoluted explanation, but hey, it worked. It is unfortunate when a puzzle takes long like that, not because I don't want to take my time with it, but the puzzle music is the only one that gets muted in the VODs. Since the 3DS games have much more space to put much more greater sounding music than the DS entries, they get recognized by the Content ID system as the orchestral versions of the music, and they get claimed and muted, which is unfortunate. So let's enjoy it here live while we can. If you know so much, you can't really be outsiders, can you? Why didn't you just say so? Does that mean you would be willing to help us, Button? Well, of course. Mom says people who solve puzzles are always welcome. Your grandpa has been behaving a bit funny recently, hasn't he, Button? Do you have any idea as to why? Oh yeah, I think I know. He's been falling over a lot, for almost a whole moon now. This morning, he walked in for breakfast completely caked in mud. Mom was furious. I bet he cannot see because his hair is covering his eyes. If Button's account is correct, then there is a possibility that traces of the chief's recent tumble will still be present. Don't worry, Button, we'll get to the bottom of this. Okay, but are you sure? Mom always says you should aim for the top. Okay. We continue our exploration. Wow, I think my shoes are filling with mud. It seems that only the village center was constructed in firm soil. Be careful that you don't slip. Maybe the chief slept somewhere around here. Very likely. Let's give the area a quick once over, shall we? Okay. Oh, bug. Flower. Oh, there it is. You can see his entire silhouette in there. Look, what do you make of this? He clearly fell down right there. It's almost like a Looney Tunes shaped hole. Oh, it's a person print. That's some hard evidence, alright. I wonder how he managed to fall like that. Let's examine the surrounding area. We may have come across a few more clues. Well, I would assume this piece of wood. But perhaps there's something else. These roots are quite thick, and they aren't very easy to notice. Do you think this is where the chief could have tripped? You don't think so? Professor, it's one of those really smelly Rafflesia flowers. Let's not check over there. Unpleasant odors should not hinder one's investigation, my boy. Note that the flower has been trampled on. It has? You're suggesting that the chief slipped on those large petals? Have a closer look, Luke. Don't be afraid. Well, if you say so. Huh? That's funny. It doesn't smell at all. Well, there you go. Sometimes nature can be the greatest puzzle of all. But even if it doesn't smell, how come the chief didn't notice such a large bright flower? Button mentioned that her grandfather only started falling over recently. We should look elsewhere. Perhaps we can gather more information back at the chief's house. Shouldn't we look around a bit more first? A good detective should pursue his case from all possible angles. Let's return to the village. Okay. For that, yes, it is possible that he could have tripped on that. Let's return to the village for now. You're back. Did you find it? The place where Grandpa went squelch? We did indeed, thanks to you, Button. Oh, then I'm glad I was around. I wouldn't want to miss all the thanks. But if you want to know about Grandpa, why didn't you just ask Gran? You're a silly people. We'd very much like to. If it's no trouble, where might we find her? Her? Who's that? Oh, you mean Gran? Yeah, she's in the house. Actually, I already asked Gran if you could ask Gran to tell you about Grandpa. And what did she say? She said to talk more slowly next time and not to ask weird questions. But I think that means yes. Okay. Thanks, Button. Okay. Your eyes are also covered by your hair, it seems. Okay. Reset my internet. Hopefully it doesn't crash again today. I'm so sorry, sir. Hopefully it works normally now. I've been expecting you. A little talk tells me you're concerned about my other half's well-being. Nobody's giving you any trouble, are there? I swear, the manners in this village went out with the bath water a long time ago. On the contrary, the hospitality we've been shown is refreshing. Good. It wasn't always sunshine and philodendrons, you know? But time's getting on. Best you head back, I think. Oh, actually, we were wondering if you could tell us something about your husband's recent behaviors first. Oh, that old fossil? He's not the springly young thing he thinks he is anymore, but he still reckons he can hunt. If my other half was half the hunter he used to be, we'd have food on the table before sundown. So, you think he's getting too old? Too old and too senile. Just the other day he came back from a hunt saying he's lost his bow. I mean, how does that even happen? Considering how essential it must be when hunting, that is very strange, yes. Truth be told, I think he's finding it tough to come to terms with his old age. I haven't seen him smile for weeks, and if I had a truffle for every time he's just waltzed off, I'd be stuffed. But you can pretty much guarantee he'll come barging back through the door while I'm in the middle of cooking dinner. The smell. We do know that he has a very nice sense of smell. I see. Mrs. Morrill, I believe I know the reason why your husband is feeling so miserable. You do? You mean it's not just because he's going crazy? On the contrary, I believe our chief is very much of sound mind, and if my theory is correct, there's a good chance that we will be able to change his attitude. Oh, please, anything to get him out of that dour mood. Don't worry, Mrs. Morrill. We'll do everything we can. Please, Mrs. Morrill makes me feel old. Call me Lepidella. Another puzzle solved, Professor? Not just yet, Emmy. While I may have determined the root of the problem, we might not yet offer the solution. We're going to have to build a special accessory. Are we making some more funny masks? Oh, how about a big cat this time? Like a cheetah or a leopard? That's not quite what I had in mind, but let's not get into that now. First, I would like to focus on gathering the materials we need. Are we building some glasses? A headband or something like that? Right then. What are we looking for, Professor? Because to be honest, I don't have the slightest idea. Don't discard the big cat idea just yet, Luke. That is true. Also, speaking of which, it's been a while, so... I was in need of my investigation partner. There we go. For every detective needs a partner in crime. Well, not literal crime, we solve those, but you know what I mean. Let's see. First, we're going to need some thin, smooth cylindrical things. Cylindrical? With some twigs to the job? I'm afraid they'll need to be a little bit more robust than twigs. Some sort of small but strong rods then. What else? Some industrial strength glue would be nice for combining parts, but we might struggle to find that here. Indeed, but we might find a suitable substitute yet. Tree resin, perhaps? Some glue and some rods. That shouldn't be too hard. We should be able to find everything we need here in the jungle. No need to trouble the world just to find simple resources. So we should focus on looking for these items inside the jungle. Got it. Okay. Okay, maybe perhaps... Would she know something about that? Okay. If you can't fix that silly goose I call a husband, would you mind getting me a replacement? Huh. Yeesh. Okay. Oh, wait. Admiral tie. Oh, puzzle? I wonder what is in this little bag. It looks like it's packed bursting with acorns. Actually, I know a good puzzle about acorns. Would you like to try it? Wait, Aurora is gonna solve the puzzle? Okay. On their way back to their forest homes, these three squirrels each stop in some of the clearings scattered around the woods. When a squirrel passes through a clearing, it takes every acorn it can find, leaving none for the others. The numbers on each of the clearings indicate how many acorns they contain. The squirrels set off one after the other from top to bottom, and when they all get back home, they have the same number of acorns. Which route did they each take? Okay. So each... Okay. So it should be just... Okay, they cannot go back. Yeah. If they all go towards the center... This is a math problem, that is true. But the puzzle also does mention that the squirrels take all the acorns from those locations, so whenever, let's say, a territory gets claimed, there's nothing left for the other squirrels. Okay. Yeah, it says it takes every acorn you can find, leaving none for the others. Okay. So. Which way does each squirrel go? It does say all pass through the center. The number of each of the clearings indicate how many acorns they contain. They were up to their homes. These three squirrels stop in some of the clearings scattered around the woods. When a squirrel passes through a clearing, it takes every acorn it can find, leaving none for the others. The number of each of the clearings indicate how many acorns they contain. Squirrels set off one after the other from top to bottom, and when they all get back home, they have the same number of acorns. Okay. Which road did each of them take? Well... Okay. Okay, as for number 2... 7... Nothing there. Because those have been taken already. Nothing here because they've been taken already. Okay, 16. Okay, it is 16, okay. Which means the last squirrel. Okay, we need to get to 16 with this one as well. Okay. Nothing yet. That's okay, that's still 6. That's 7 my health. And finally 3. And now every squirrel has 16 each. That should be good. Okay. Let's click submit and see. 16, 16, 16.
I'm fairly sure about this. Oh, I did it!
Good job, Aurora. Her puzzle solving animation is pretty cute. I wonder how my puzzle solving animation would look like if I had one. That could be a nice emote, honestly, now that I think about it. Those squirrels certainly picked up plenty of acorns. Are they going to eat them all? I don't know. Maybe they'll share them with some birds or something. Speaking of birds, I guess. Hello there, Mr. Parrot. Who's a birdie boy then? I'm not Mr. Parrot. Are you just repeating what I say? Luke is just talking to the birds. Oh, egg? Oh. So the chicken is strategically positioned up there, so whenever it lays an egg, it automatically becomes a fried egg. Points for creativity? Hey, what a clever system. I hope the yolk comes out runny. Hint coin. Breakfast is ready. Okay. Find few rods and some glue. Hint coin. Not exactly what we were looking for, but what about that thing? Oh, it's a snail. Look, I wouldn't touch that if I were you. Huh? Why not? That snail produces an extremely dangerous liquid. I'm really quite astonished to find this species in such humid climate. Is it poisonous? No, not poisonous. However, one touch might still be enough to incapacitate you, right, Professor? Exactly. So, you see, this snail secretes an extremely potent glue. It is potentially stronger than super glue, in fact. Oh, I'm glad I didn't touch it then, Professor. Phew. We'll have to be especially careful when handling it. Let's see if we can get some in this jar. And we found the glue. Okay, that looks really sticky. Now, let's see if we can find some rods. Where could it be? Wait, I assume it's not gonna be where the chief was. Oh, hello. Hello, Amanita. What's that you're carrying? Oh, just gathering some bullfrog bones for some milk-cap broth. You know how it is. Oh, that sounds, tasty. Excuse me, Amanita. Would it inconvenience you much if we were to take a few of those bones? If you're referring to carry the basket, take as many as you like. Are you making a milk-cap broth too? Actually, we may have a slightly different use for them. We'll be sure to return the ones we don't use. Okay. Oh, you're an angel. But don't be too long about it, I'll need them for dinner. Yuck, do we really have to use these bones, Professor? Given the circumstances, we have no better alternative. Besides, I think they should be quite adequate. Really? But there are all sorts of shapes and sizes. Indeed they are. Well, the roots and the glue are both accounted for, which means we're nearly done. What else do we need? The last component for our accessory needs to be something translucent, something that allows light to pass through. Translucent, like ice? A prime example, Aurora, but ice would be unsuitable for its sweltering climate. It must also be able to withstand being cut. That doesn't sound like it'll be the easiest thing to come across. No, I don't expect we'll find such resources just lying around the floor, but perhaps the people of Fungi will be able to help. Ah, someone's coming. Oh, it's Button. Ah, Mr. Longhead. Button, you're soaking wet. Oh yeah, that's okay. I decided not to catch a cold this time. That's good to hear, but make sure you dry off when you get home. Button, may I ask what you have there? Oh, this? Wow, is that a crystal? Wait, isn't this exactly what we're looking for, Professor? As fortune would have it, yes, I believe it is. Button, maybe we use that crystal? No, this is my treasure, you can't have it. And rightly so. If anyone tries to steal your treasure, throw a puzzle at them and see what happens. That's what my mom says. Okay, let's see. Puzzle 49. Fussy Fruit Eaters. Okay. These three bossy children would like you to pick a fruit for them. A says, I want all my fruit to be the same color and I want to have one more piece than C. B says, I want fruit from the tree that isn't on the edge and it better not be blue. And C says, I want fruit from the tree next to the one B gets her fruit from and I want one more piece than her and all my fruit has to be the same color. If you satisfy their demands, perhaps they'll be quiet for a while, so get to picking that fruit. A tree that isn't on the edge for B, so it has, and it better not be blue, so it has to be green. That's simple. Then A says, I want all my fruit to be the same color and I want to have one more piece than C. And C says, I want fruit from the tree that's next to the one B gets her fruit from and I want one more piece than her. So that will be both of the blue ones. And A says, I want all my fruit to be the same color and I want to have one more piece than C. The only possibility here is the yellow ones. All three yellow ones. So B says she wants a fruit from the tree that isn't on the edge and it better not be blue. Green. Satisfied. C says I want fruit from the tree next to the one B gets her fruit from and I want one more piece than her and all my fruit has to be the same color. All of those conditions are satisfied with the blue fruits. And finally A says I want all my fruit to be the same color and I want to have one more piece than C. Also satisfied with A with the yellow fruit. So, there you go.
My intuition should serve me well.
Marvelous.
A satisfying puzzle indeed.
Simple enough. I'm still not giving you my treasure, but I'll tell you where I found it. I went over a really wobbly, really dangerous bridge. A bridge? Like this bridge tree here? No, I mean yes, they like this one, but not this one. You'll never find it. She's not very good at lying. It is clearly just that one. Also, I have to say I really enjoy this forest village music. Okay. Phew, we crossed it. That wasn't so bad. Says the boy who wouldn't let go of the professor's hand. Only because somebody kept shaking the bridge by stomping their way across. Good to see you two getting along as usual. Now, I believe we're going to have to step through that waterfall. What, really? Through it? I think I prefer not to step under that torrent of cold water, Professor. Hardly keen on being soaked myself, but I believe the path continues on the other side. And consider the state of Button's drenched clothes. I suspect the crystals we seek are beyond the waterfall. For such a precocious child, she wasn't particularly good at keeping her secret. I don't think my hat's very water resistant, Professor. Could we find some way to shelter ourselves first? I fear my own hat is not impervious to the elements either. We shall just have to dry them off afterwards. I don't like the sound of this at all. Can't you do something about it, Emmy? Oh, come on, look, it's just a bit of water. But alright, how can I say no when you're giving me those puppy dog eyes? What could we use? Watch your step, look. The water is falling so heavily, and the ground is really slippery here too. To be honest, I'd rather not cross under that without a spare change of clothes. Where exactly is this waterfall's source? If we can locate that, perhaps we'll find a way through as well. Up there. And I think I see a rock over there. Is that a rock lodged up there? It looks rather unstable. Let's refrain from walking under it. I'll handle this, Professor. Stay back, everyone. This will only take a jiffy. She is crumbling right up the cliff. And with a remarkable speed too. She rarely pauses between fighting footholds. I can't even see what she's holding on to. And she's reached the top without a hinge. Impressive. Hey, you may want to step back a bit further in case the water sprays. Oh. The trademark Emmy kick. She is so cool, as they say. I do love Emmy. Piece of cake. Wow, you stopped the whole waterfall, and the cave it was blocking must be the way through we were looking for. Thank you so much, Emmy. Anytime, look. What else is a professor's assistant for? Reminds me of Yobet. Is it because she solves puzzles and wears yellow? I'll take that as a compliment. Now, let's see where this cave leads. It's very dark, so watch where you tread. Okay. Strange cave. Ah, it's lovely and cool inside. The rock formation, so curious, and yet so beautiful. Nature holds many wonders. A natural limestone grotto. Let's look around and see if we can find any crystals like the ones Button treasures so dearly. Okay. Cave made out of honey. The incredible beauty of rock formations never cease to amaze me. A hint coin. Some bats. Over there. I think I can see something sparkling up there, and I'm pretty sure it's not a stalactite. Could the crystals we're looking for be up there? Fascinating. They only form in this one particular area of the cave. But how are we going to get all the way up there? Uh-oh. Oh, is this my fault? Did I do something when I knocked that boulder out before? The pillar! It's shaken! Everyone stand back. I'm going to attempt to dislodge the pillar. What? Professor, be careful! If I examine the pillar carefully, I should be able to find a way to make it topple almost effortlessly. Let's return the base. If I just remove this one stone... Oh. That seemed to work, and it even formed an extra platform. That was exhilarating. Is everyone alright? Yes, but wow, that was scary. And I didn't expect the whole pillar to fall down so easily. Despite its size, it was supported by the smallest of counterbalance. Well, now that we've made a path, let's select a few crystals to take back, shall we? With these, we have everything we need to make this special accessory. We've worked so hard that I believe our efforts will not be in vain. It just goes to show how resourceful people can be when they really want to. So, now will you tell us what kind of mask you're planning to make? You'll see soon enough, Emmy. Let's return to the village and restore the chief to his former jovial self. Let's go do exactly that. We leave the cave and... Is that Chelmy? And his wife. Oh, fancy meeting you here. Emily, don't tell me this is one of the destinations of your honeymoon world tour. Well, you know how it is. The Hobbit loves these sorts of exotic locations. They really bring out the explorer in him. Speaking of which, this puzzle seems to be driving our compasses a haywire. I don't suppose you could have a look? Okay. Puzzle 53. The domino effect. This area contains a cluster of legendary ancient stones. The research of the famous archaeologists suggests these stones were once used for fortune-telling. If someone managed to topple all of the stones by pushing over just one of them, it would guarantee healthy crops that year. Hearing of the legend, a farmer decided to give it a go. This photograph was taken immediately before he selected his stone. Oh, thank you for the word reading, Serval. Okay. Circling your options, so... Just pushing one. Circle the stones he should push. Choose the right stone to push. We're supposed to... I don't think it's that one. I'm just giving it a okay. Okay, you're supposed to circle inside of them. Okay, that's why it was not allowing me to do it. I am concerned about something here, that this may be another case of classic LAYTON misdirection. What do you see right here? It's a shadow. I think this right here might be another stone right here. Which is bigger than all of them combined. So maybe we should select the one that's just out of frame right there. That one could potentially push all of them. Which would be very clever and another type of puzzle that I'm really a fan of personally. So, that would be my answer.
Set him up and knock him down.
Marvelous.
Huh, that was a cinch.
I saw that shadow and yes, there you go. Classic LAYTON misdirection type puzzle. Marvelous. Well, that shadow was pretty much covering the starting pieces, so that was kinda the smoking gun of this case, you could say. Well, would you believe it? The moment you solved that puzzle, the needle sprang straight back to its original position. You know puzzles are supposed to make your head spin, but this is ridiculous. Let's keep going. Here we go. Chief Mortal doesn't seem to be smiling. Are you ready, Luke? Follow my lead. Okay, Professor. Here we go. Who's this then? Hello again, Mr. Morrill. Don't you remember us? We came to visit you earlier. Never seen you in my life. Are we gonna make some glasses for him? Are you sure this is going to work, Professor? I can't say for certain until we try. Suffice to say, though, that I have a good feeling about this. It's those Mud Hatters again, persistent as ivy. What are they up to this time? Whatever it is, it's bound to be better than your last idea. I mean, really, mustaches aren't meant to do that sort of thing. If I could have your attention, please, is there anyone in the village who is especially good at polishing? Polishing? Look no further, love. If there's a piece of silverware I can shine, it predates history. Very promising. And have we also in our midst someone accustomed to, say, chopping wood? Well, I can't chop wood, but I'm not bad at chopping veggies. Is that good enough? Certainly. The precise cutting actions you will be used to are exactly what we need. And finally, I require someone capable of handling this glue. That's from the Glunius Maximus. You best give that to me before someone gets too attached to it. Wonderful. That I should find volunteers so quickly reflects how deeply you care about your chief. Is there anything I can do to help? Professor, why not you let the boy be in charge of organizing the materials? Organizing, but I wanted to help make the mask. Well, given the complexity of the task, I had thought we may take care of it, Professor, but I suppose we could let him try. What? Is it really going to be that difficult? Absolutely, see for yourself. Whoa! There are so many pieces! Some of the objects we gathered were sadly too flimsy for construction, so you see, Luke, this is by no means a simple task. Okay, alright, okay. Let's see, I'm not sure where to start. We should only use 3 items. Try to choose objects that are easy for each volunteer to handle. Okay, how about this? An interesting choice. Are you happy with that? Yeah, I think I can make something that looks really silly out of this. Let's see. At a glance, I'd say one of these items will be suitable. I agree. However, I imagine our volunteers are somewhat baffled by the other two choices. How might they handle them? Consider carefully which 2 items you should substitute. Right, I'll give it another go. That's the spirit. Just keep trying until you get it right. Leave it to me. Solve the puzzle. Okay, so if we are truly making what I assume it's gonna be a pair of glasses, definitely the most glasses-like instrument, at least for polishing, is this one right here. Then as for the glue, the thing that's gonna be attached to the actual lenses, these look the most suitable. And as for the sticks that hold the glasses themselves, I would assume these ones are the most suitable. Judging from like first glance, let's say. As someone who wears glasses myself. Okay. There we go. You assign each item to the appropriate person. A job well done. Oh, really? Great. So we can get around to making the mask now? Indeed we can. I'll quickly explain how to construct this quote-unquote mask. I wonder how it will turn out. Are we gonna get a cutscene? Well, I cut it the way you asked, but now what? Here you go, as promised, polished to perfection. Doesn't say Chanterelle ever let you down. Huh? Hold on, is this what I think it is? I believe we're done. Chief Moral, if you just like to place this on your head. We did make glasses. Amazing. What's this all about? Chief Moral, can you see us? What's wrong with your... Oh, the Burrow, you look ridiculous. He's laughing. The chief's laughing? You have got to be joking. Well, I never. Who would have thought the gloomy so-and-so just needed a pair of glasses? We must have been blind not to see it. Ironic. So none of the villagers caught on to the chief's blindness. When did you work it out, Professor? Do you recall how the chief reacted to Professor Sycamore? What happened again? He was really surprised by something, right? There was a significant difference between our performance and the of one Professor Sycamore. Yours required a viewer, and mine a listener. Naturally, the chief didn't react to your performance because he couldn't see it. So that explains why he didn't see the Rafflesia flower. Exactly, which would be the most plausible explanation for his falling in the mud. Of course, I didn't smell of anything, so you wouldn't notice it unless you were looking down at the ground. But if that's the case, how does he even manage to get around the village? Chief Morel most likely relied on his excellent sense of smell. The potent smell of Amanita's concoctions and Mrs. Morel's homemade meals would have aided his sense of direction. Oh, so he just follows his nose wherever he goes. Okay. What are you all doing here? Did you all come out here for the rain or something? I don't know what you outsiders have done, but now the lot of you look completely wormy. I'm glad that we were able to bring a smile to your face, Chief. Your face is all stretched out, and look at you with that enormous nose. He can't stop laughing now. That is true. It appears the lenses in our makeshift glasses provide the chief with a slightly distorted view of the world. Before I forget, didn't you say something about wanting this eggy thing? Okay. Egg acquired. You would allow us to take it, sir? Well, normally no. I've been bored out of my skull for ages. My back's giving me grief and my wife's always nagging. I thought this festival might lighten life up a little, but no. All we've had is a slew of terrible acting verging on in the invisible. But you've changed all that. I won't be needing this eggy thing to console me anymore. You're most kind, Chief Moral. We will not forget your generosity. Now, all this talk of eggs is making me hungry. I'm going home to make some French toast. Excuse me, you can't just walk off without saying a word to us, Chief. Why not? The festival's been going on for days. It's over now, isn't it? It's hardly been much of a festival. We've been working our backsides off trying to get you to cheer up. I'd expect you to at least sort out a little bit of fun for us now. Oh well, you could have said that earlier, you silly toads. And here I was thinking we were done. Alright then, let's put the Fong back into Fong G. Unfortunately, I don't think we have time to stay for the festivities. Give my thanks to the villagers for all their efforts. Up so soon? Well, you're welcome back anytime. After all, you've opened my eyes to the people around me. Literally. Well, I guess we should go back to the Bostonians now. What a fun village! Welcome back, sirs and madams. I trust your expedition was a blinding success? It was, thank you. In fact, the Fonji chief's generosity was quite astounding, and he graciously offered us his egg. We even saw a whole new sight to look at the professor. Truly, Raymond, it's a pity you weren't there to witness it. You needn't concern yourself on my behalf, master. Just like his mother, this young buck only aspires to serve, and to serve well. What was that? I find there is no greater pleasure than seeing my master's more whimsical side. Raymond, how... He missed Professor Quackton, true. Ladies and gentlemen, the preparations for our departure are complete. When you wish to leave, simply say the word. Now that he's heard it, I'll have to come up with a new joke. Professor Layton? Professor Sycamore? I think my memory might be returning. Are you able to recall something now? Yes, I can see. An arid desert. Here. This entire land used to be a gaping void. The AZRAN transformed it into a vibrant oasis. That's what the egg is telling me. You mean the AZRAN brought this entire jungle into existence? So it seems, but the rest of my memory is still a haze. It is truly astounding to discover that the AZRAN has such an impact on the modern day, on life itself. Indeed. Well then, shall we set off? And that's one location completed. Interesting. That went pretty fast, actually. 1 out of 4, it seems. Allow me to talk to the cat just in case. Did we miss any puzzles? Not yet. Not until the chapter ends, at least. Okay. Where shall we go now? Well, we want to phone G, perhaps. We got the island, the desert, the hillside, and the walled city. Which one would be the most interesting? Although it could go in order. Where could we go next? I guess we'll go to the island. We'll go in order. According to the AZRAN Dome, we should find an egg somewhere in this area. There is more than just an aura stone here. I can sense great power, but it feels distant somehow. This island really is tiny. What if the egg is not on land at all, but rather in the depths of the ocean? Let's not draw premature conclusions. Whatever there is to find here, our investigation must begin on land. This looks so peaceful and nice. This island is breathtaking. It's like it popped straight out of a postcard. Yes, no doubt, Emmy will be searching for her camera at every opportunity here. The ocean goes on forever. It makes me feel small, but at the same time, peaceful. Is that strange? It is. Is this a new experience for you, Aurora? I don't recall. So yes, it might as well be. You should have a go at swimming. Really, it's a lot of fun. Perhaps we ought to purchase some swimwear while we're here. I wonder if they make top hat swimming caps. Anyway, that man over there looks like he's from around here, Professor. Let's see if he knows anything about the egg. I'm gonna assume a look means this gentleman here. Stretch! 1, 2, 3. Hold! 1, 2, 3. Excuse me, sir. We were wondering if you could help us with something. Hey, hola chico. Javier at your service. Did I hear you say you're looking to go on an adventure of a lifetime? Oh. Thank you for the stretch film, Servo. Much appreciated. And water too, of course. Much better. No. No, you didn't. We're looking for an egg-shaped object with engravings. You don't happen to have seen around, would you? Oh, you mean Poponio, no? Sure, just go, head up to the market. They got what you want up there. Poponio? Great, this investigation might be over sooner than we thought. Race you to the market, Luke. I was gonna mention that this place looks similar to... Then Javier, that chin, he could plug in national debt with that. That is true, this individual has quite a sizable chin. Also, welcome to the stream show.
What's going on here? There are millions of them.
It seems we were too quick to assume there would just be one Poponio. Good luck, Poponio. Strawberry flan Poponio, Poponio surprise. This music is very lovely. There are just so many. Can you tell which is the real one, Aurora? I'm sorry, I can sense that there's an aura stone here, but I cannot tell you the exact location. How can there be so many? It can be no coincidence that souvenirs with such striking similarities to the AZRAN eggs found their way into their tourist industry. I'm curious as to the origin of the word Poponio. Perhaps the people here can enlighten us. Okay. Well, let's try talking to the people. Oh, welcome to Sangrio. Here, have a Poponio. No thank you. Oh, what? Come on, of course you want one. You do. My Poponios are miles, no, links above the others. Just look at the quality of the craftsmanship. Well? You love Poponios. You want Poponios. You're as nuts as I am about Poponios. Are you sure? I don't think we are. Oh, don't be like that. Of course you are. Buying a Poponio helps spread the love and happiness. And hey, you know what? I think it's just the thing you people need to get yourselves cheered up again. People come from all over the world just to buy these things. You're all missing out on the chance of a lifetime here. Aurora, don't listen to him. We're here for the Aurora Stone or nothing else. What? I don't even know what one of those is. I'm a merchant, not a genius. Hey, my friend, my friend, buy this product, my friend. Come on, my friend. It's very good. Yes, my friend. Just a heart done by a merchant in a silly rabbit suit. Well, that individual was not very helpful. Necklace, key rings, you name it. You can get an eggy version. Some of these Poponios are edible, Professor. This one's curry flavor. Hint coin? That's a bouncy Poponio man. Mascot creature. Poponio paraphernalia. Are there any shops that don't sell Poponios? Onomichio? Don't you mean Poponio Michio? Salud, I notice you have been wandering around the place looking a little lost. You must be a tourist, no? In a way. And you, madam? Pass the Todd. I am Martin, a fully fledged citizen of Sangrio. Ah, forgive me. Well then, Martin, perhaps you might be able to tell us something about Poponios. The souvenirs? What about them? Poponio, Michio. First of all, where did they all come from? Ah, you want to know why they became so popular at the court? Well, I'm only very recently a full-fledged citizen of Sangrio, so perhaps I am not the best person to ask about this. Oh, I see. But I know someone who might be able to help you. My dear friend runs a stall just up those stairs. Her family have lived up here for a long time, so I'm sure she can help you. But, Madame, don't you want to slow down and relax? Have a look around, enjoy the sunshine. Elbowing our way through the crowds of tourists so we can casually take in the sights doesn't seem like the best use of our time. I suggest we head straight to the Friends Martins. It would be more productive than losing ourselves in a sea of Poponios. Agreed. Let's go. Anything else to interact with before we leave? Any puzzles of any kind? Yes. Yes, there are. Okay. Isn't it a bit odd how they squeeze so many boats into such a narrow waterway? We got boats in my hometown as well, Aurora. That's where I learned this cracking boat puzzle. Why don't you give it a try? Okay, it seems like Aurora is gonna try to solve another puzzle. Okay. A sea of triplets who are friends of yours have invited you to join them for a day of boating on a lake. The three of them are identical, so you thought you'd be able to spot them all in a straight away. But there's one you can't find. He must be hiding in one of the boats, but which one? Take the 3 boats that contain the triplets. Okay. Okay. Treasure from the water. Okay. Judging from the faces of the boys in boats 2 and 3, they look extremely similar, so I'm gonna assume those are boat 2, 3, and which one? The last one is the one that we're looking for here. No. Okay. If I shake the 3DS, some of the characters react to it. Is it 6? Let me shake it again. I think it's number 6. So that will be 2, 3, and 6. Okay.
Here is my answer. I enjoyed that.
Marvelous. Good job. Yeah, he was reacting like that because I was another kid on the other side of the boat. Talking about boats reminds me of Koth, and how we had to hop on to boat across the lake to get away from Targent. That was pretty tense, wasn't it? Yes, it was. I think once everything has calmed down, I would like to ride on a boat properly. Anywho... Seems like she also has a puzzle. Miranda. Traditional Poponio cakes, sealed like hotcakes, only twice as fast. It smells good. Oh, hola. Care to taste one of the finest Poponio cakes in the whole of San Grio? Just one bite and your mind will be taken back to the happiest days of your life. Oh, go on. You've tempted me. You know, it's even better if you savor the taste along with a puzzle. Okay. Very specific scoops. Okay. In your ice cream shop, you overhear a fussy Fernando mumbling to himself. Can you make him the ice cream cone that he wants? He says, Mr. Fernando here says, I don't want either of the flavors on the ends at the bottom of the cones. Is it chocolate? Oh, I hate chocolate. In the middle, I want one that's second from the one of the ends. If I hear Poponio one more time, they do love their Poponios in Sangrio. V is vanilla, right? I prefer one of the ice creams next to that to be on the top. This is pistachio flavor. That's definitely not going in the middle. Okay. Okay. I don't want either of the flavors on the ends at the bottom of the cone. So neither A or V or E can be at the bottom. Okay, is C chocolate? Oh, I hate chocolate, so we're definitely not using C. In the middle, I want one that's second from one of the ends, so it can either be B or D. B is vanilla, right? I prefer one of the ice creams next to that to be on the top. But we cannot use chocolate, so that means it has to be A. The pistachio that's not going in the middle, which means that could be at the bottom. This will break Tatsuya's brain. Yeah. Honestly, this would be the hardest order of ice cream he will ever have to do. Okay. And he wants vanilla too, clearly, so that will have to be in the middle. Because it's the only other free position that we have here. So. There we go. This should be it.
Set him up and knock him down.
Marvelous.
That was a cinch.
Simple enough. Strawberry, vanilla, and pistachio. Let me just drink some water real quick. Ah, much better. My homemade recipe is getting very, very popular with the tourists these days. Did you know that Did you even squeeze an article about it into an edition of the World Times? That's impressive. How did you know those ingredients were turned into such a delicious cake? Oh, I didn't work it out. No, it was my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother. On my father's side. Our family has been following the Poponio tradition for many generations. One day, when I get married and I have kids, I'm gonna teach them all about it. That's quite a lengthy history. Yep, we got all written down in a book, you know. What's it called again? Ah, see, from Noponio to Poponio. It tells you everything you need to know about the history of Poponios. It's a great read. It was a real bestseller, by which I mean it sold really well, by which it's meant it's completely sold out. But you've read it, right? So you must be able to tell us where there are any AZRAN ruins on the island. Ruins? No, sorry, I don't remember any mentions of ruins in our story. Nothing at all? Oh, now I feel terrible. I'm so sorry. The Papunya tradition is supposed to spread love and happiness to all. Maybe you could try an archipelago to the south? Oh, thank you. But that won't help us. On the bright side, that cake really hit the spot. Gracias. Drop by whenever you like some more. I must admit, I really hadn't expected the Papunya to have such a detailed history. But Professor, that history is just making it more difficult to find the real egg. We'll find it, Emmy. Don't worry. Quite right, Aurora. Pessimism will get us nowhere. Besides, our investigation has only just begun. We still have the day ahead of us and much information to gather. I hope we can stop for a cake at some point. After a full-on factory reset, it might look like they has done the trick for the modem. That's good. Of course, standard procedure. Okay, let's continue our investigation. Oh, there's another gentleman here. And he also has a puzzle for us. Hey guys, what's with those long faces? What? My face is not long? That's so. Well, it's pretty long to me. Maybe it's the sunglasses, I don't know. Come to think of it, we have been so preoccupied with our inquiries that we haven't even had a proper meal. I'm surprised Luke hasn't been reminding us every step of the way, especially with all the talk of eggs. Perhaps we should take a moment to rest and get our energy back. Did you just say you're running inquiries? No way, what's the occasion? No, wait, none of my business, right? But hey, if you would like a helping hand, just give me your Uncle Bot a shout. If there's something you need to know about the island or anyone on it, I can give you the info you're looking for. I guarantee it. Well, this all sounds very generous, but I have sneaking suspicions that you would like us to do you a favor in return. What can I say? I'm an open book. Turn page 32 and bam! Looks like that's a puzzle I need help with. Okay. Puzzle 5-7. A boatload of trouble. He talk of egg. A boat builder has received an urgent request for 6 boats, each of which will require 10 logs to build. The boat builder heads down to the timber merchant, only to find that he must buy his logs 4 adjacent pallets at a time and that the pallets don't have the set number of logs. Can you help the poor boat builder by dividing the timber into 6 4-pallet loads, each containing 10 logs? Okay. Each containing 10. Okay. Okay, so we can highlight certain sections. Make sets of 10. Okay. You're supposed to hold it, okay. Because I saw there's one here. 3, 6, and that's 10. It's 6, 9, 10 again. If you use the straight line right here, that gives you, that's 3, 4, and it's 6, and once again 10. Over here as well. Okay, because those 2 on the right gives you 7, and the other 2 give you 3. 3 plus 7, pretty basic for everybody. Here once again, that's 4, 5, and the other set of 5, that gives you another set of 10, and finally 2, 3, 5, and another set of 5.
This was quite the conundrum.
Marvelous.
And there we have it.
Not bad, sport. Well, I'm reminded of my word. I'll see you over at Butson Bar and Grill. There's be a round of lemonade waiting for you. Ice cold and on the house. Cold lemonade for free? Interesting, I do like lemonade. I like almost any drink that involves fruit. Oh, we can cross now. An open invitation if I ever saw one, shall we? Well, let's. Okay. What do we have here? This dancing Poponia is pretty cute, I must say. Hint coin? Lobster? You can eat the lobster. And inside was a hint coin. That sounds very irresponsible. The toucan said toucan. Hint coin? This is the best seat in the house. Appreciate the great view. First things first, a sunny welcome to Sangrio, the island of the Harmony Ring. Harmony Ring? What's that? You don't know? Great, I love telling this one. So, the Poponia, right? That's what they call the bringer of happiness. I'm sorry, before we start, may I ask how it was that Poponios rose to such immense popularity? You mean you want to know how they became so popular? That you may, sir. The Poponios, you see, are models based on an ancient artifact. You may say it's the one true Poponio. That's got to be the egg. Where was this artifact unearthed? It was found in a cave at the far side of the island. The entrance only shows up a couple of times a year when the tide is especially low. But I know that what you're thinking. Don't go risking your lives now, guys. Everything's worth taking is already been taken. So my hunch is that you're after the Poponio numero uno. Is right? Right. Well, if you really want it, you're gonna have to play by the rules. See, as it happens, there's someone on this island who's got the true Poponio. But here's the catch, no one knows who. It is a very special sangria tradition. It gets passed around the island, spreading more and more happiness as it goes. And if you haven't guessed yet, that's why we call it the Harmony Ring. See, everything comes back full circle. So does that mean there's a chance that someone might give it to us? Sure it is, buddy. But people just don't go passing it around to the first person they see. The whole thing follows a pattern. Which would mean that learning this pattern might allow us to intercept the exchange and acquire the true Poponio? Correctamundo. It even found its way to me at one point. What, really? Who did you give it to? Steady on there, kiddo. First rule of the Harmony Ring, you don't give names. So you're saying that we will have to work it out through logic. Intriguing. You know what? I'm a nice guy. Let me give you a little tip. The person who gave me the Poponio was a customer here. And that's all I'm saying. The rest is up to you. But no one seemed to know about the true Poponio when we asked them. Well, maybe you're going on about the wrong way, Buster. Tell them you're looking for harmony. That will help loosen the few tongues. I see. So the Harmony Ring uses some sort of code. This is getting exciting. Can we start now, Professor? Yes, I think we've rested sufficiently. It's time to resume the investigation. Okay. So, if you haven't gotten sick of the word Poponio just now, we should continue. Do you know how the boss wanted us to get our hands on all the AZRAN eggs? I think we're going to need a bigger bag. Robin, they are clearly fake. Most of them probably, but how do you know the real one's not mixed in here? Even so, swiping them up with a massive vote won't help us find the real one quicker. We had no way of knowing what the real one was in the bag. No, we're going to have to check them all one at a time. Oh, right. I suppose that makes sense. This egg's fake, that egg's fake, and that egg's wearing a top hat, so it's got to be fake. What? An egg with a top hat? Hello again, gentlemen. Layton is not an egg. Oh no, you again. We know you're after the eggs. You won't be getting our hands on this one. Yeah, and when we find it, you have no chance of catching us. You won the egg and spoon race at our school sports day 5 years in a row. No one runs with eggs like I do. Robin, wait a minute. Oh, good grief. A mismatched duo, if there ever was one. Well, Professor, I'd say the race is on to see who can catch the egg first. Yes, but in order to do so, we'll need to gather clues from the people of San Rio. Fortunately, it doesn't take long to travel the breadth of the island. Right. And we might end up bumping into the person who's carrying it on the way. So we're exploring different areas, it seems. Where to go? Let's go up for now. It's the closest one. Okay. Oh. It's Javier again. And stretch. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Hello there, Javier. Thanks for the advice you gave us earlier. Oh, hola chicas. Glad I could help. So, did you find the Poponio you were looking for then? Or at least a little harmony? Harmony? Seeing that word would suggest you once received the true Poponio. I suppose you could say that. Okay then, let Javier tell you chicas a thing or two. I only end up with it by chance, you know? Right place and right time. This lady who'd only just settled down here gave it to me. Could you believe that? I guess when you're a local, you're a local. You know, happiness always seems to find its way up to me. Maybe it's because I'm such an approachable guy. Whoa, slow down. So you got the Poponio from a woman. Anything else? Time out. If you want to get anything more out of old Javier, you'll have to work it out. Work out what? I think she's asking us to do some exercise. Muy bien, here's what you have to do. A puzzle. Okay, puzzle 58. Nose to nose. Okay, it's another full house down at the Sea of Lions show. But something's gone wrong with the sea lions are all juggling the wrong balls. The sea lions' bows show which ball they should have, and it's up to you to get each ball to its rightful nose. However, bear in mind that the sea lions can't pass the balls very far. Looking at the touchscreen, you can only move a ball to an adjacent sea lion, or the next one along from that. As you may have guessed, the sea lions without a shape on its bow doesn't require a ball. So, that's our cue to move one of the balls to the sea lion on the far right. Okay. Okay, so that's gonna free up some space for sure. Maybe we can move the orange about now. That would allow us to move the red one. This configuration, maybe we can start moving the green one, the orange one back up, because we need to move the green one to its proper position, of course. Wait, no, because we also need to move the blue. That will free some space to move the red, that will free some space to move the green. We'll move the blue to its position, and then the orange where it belongs.
Right, I'm all set.
Marvelous.
I'm in top form today.
Good job. That was a very adorable puzzle featuring sea lions. I know you're a big fan of sea lions, Servo. There, how was that? Do you feel mentally charged and ready for anything? We feel ready for you to tell us about the true Poponio. Straight to the point, eh? Okay. Well, I gave it to a señorita who runs the stall. She looked about my daughter's age. She offered me a deal. 2 for the price of 1 of her Poponio cakes. A deal like that would swing it for everyone. You didn't think of giving it to your daughter instead? Claro que no, because then she'll probably pass it on to some muchacho, and with her luck, he'd be a lazy, no-good, down and out of bachelor boy. My wife would kill me if I let our baby girl get mixed up with a guy like that. So you're saying girls pass the poponia on to boys? Oh, I better watch my mouth, huh? Well, time to get back to my daily routine. Still another 500 stretches to do before dinner. Stretch. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have our clue here. Where to go next? Let's go left. Hello again, Miss Amin. Are you staying at the Hilltop Hotel? You're such lucky things. I've always wondered what it feels like to be a tourist in a place where you live, but the chances have never presented itself. Oh well, c'est la vie. Well, I'm certain you will get your chance one day, Martine. Then you can have that experience the island is famous for. Its blissful sense of harmony. Ah, harmony. It has such a beautiful ring to it. You have heard of it then, no? When I first came to Sangreo, I tried my hardest to become part of the ring. I spent many sleepless nights trying to work out who had the true Poponia. Imagine my shock when I discovered the person who held it was the man that I have fallen head over heels for. And then he surprised me yet again by asking me to marry him. But instead of a ring, he proposed with the Poponia. That is a delightful story. I am very pleased for the both of you. I knew we did not need it for us to be happy, so before the wedding, I passed it on to continue the cycle. I gave it to a very entertaining married man who thought fondly of his daughter. Is the true Poponia always passed on within a relative short space of time? I heard it has bad luck to hold on to it. I would not want to risk jinxing the bond between me and Mon Marie Magnifique. I don't understand. She is referring to her husband. Who else? You're still a little bud, but one day you'll fleur d'amour with Bloom, and you will see what I mean. There must be a reason that our civilization left the eggs for you, but this cannot be it. Still, this ritual seems to bring these people happiness, even if I don't understand why. Happiness comes in all sorts of forms. This Poponia tradition is just one of them. Oh, I see. But aren't we going to take that away from these people? Well, perhaps we will need to be upfront about it with them. It might be the best way to avoid causing an undue upset. I wish we could find them something else to make them happy. Don't get yourself down, Aurora. You've seen how cheerful those people are. They might not even mind. Come on, we better get a move on. Okay. Let's continue exploring. Core, if I didn't know there was a marine aquarium, I swear we were under the sea. They have done an excellent job replicating the marine environment. Those imitations corals are elaborately designed. Ah, and that sofa. It looks really inviting. Mind if I go for a quick nap, Professor? What is the purpose of furnishing a hotel with such elaborate decor when its primary purpose is for sleep? Exquisite aesthetics have a relaxing effect on the mind. You might say hotels soothe you both mentally and physically. I understand, I think. Puzzle? Hey, well, look who it is. We just can't stay away from each other, can we? Nice to see you again, Emily. Are you staying in this hotel? Why, of course. Though Chalmers is being right grumpy old so-and-so at the moment, I suppose he wants to save money. But I want this trip to be something special. You just can't skimp on these sorts of things. I wish you'd cheer up. You should be glad they at least give you complimentary puzzles. Puzzles? Why are they your puzzles? They are a mark of quality, my dear. Here, why don't you have us a shot at one of them? Chums certainly won't. So Aurora's gonna solve another puzzle. Specifically, puzzle 59. Lovely pairs. Okay, ladies A to D are on a 2-day holiday with gentlemen A to H. E to H. Each day, they visit a different tourist spot in male-female pairs. On the first day, A and E explore the jungle. B and F go to their prayer. C and G visit the seaside, and D and H enjoy the canyon. The next day, everyone chooses a different location with a different partner. B and E go to the seaside together, and C sets off to the canyon with someone. Where does G go, and with whom? Okay. Okay. So we can choose different locations too. Okay. Where does she go and with whom? Then I say everyone chooses a different partner location with her. Okay. So take us to the seaside, so that's not the one. It's not either B or E. And as for C... Well, the only possibility here that I'm seeing is the jungle, the already selected one, and Lady D. Honestly. Also, I like the graphic changes. This is very adorable. So yeah, I'm going to say it's Lady D and the in the jungle.
I'm fairly sure about this. Oh, I did it!
Marvelous. And they saw the monkeys. Chance might just be a bit grumpy from the jet lag. I even went out of my way to give him a special gift, but he wasn't having it. Oh, it wouldn't happen to be the Poponia from the Harmony Ring, would it? Yes, that's the one. I mentioned our honeymoon to a young lady selling cakes and she popped it straight into my hand. We're trying to find it now. Do you know where it is? Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. I don't. If I'd known you wanted it, I have been able to give it to any one of you. But I heard it's bad luck to hold on to it for too long, so I made sure to just pass it on quickly. I tried giving it to a couple of comedians who seemed to be frantically searching for it anyway, but they wouldn't listen to me. Oh, she's referring to the sergeant officers. She thought they were comedians. That is amazing. They just belted out some angry remarks and stormed off. What can I say? It's their loss. They were so close to getting it. They were so close. And they failed. In the end, I gave it to somebody much nicer at lunchtime. If you ask me, he was far more deserving of it than those two. So we'll have to keep searching. Okay. Let's continue our search. Well, back from our cake. Don't be shy. There's always more where that came from. Actually, this time we wanted to ask you about something else. About Harmony. Ah, vale, entiendo. So that's what you were looking for. So you know something. Claro que sí. I even had the true Poponio for a little while. Brilliant. Could you tell us anything about the person who gave it to you? Let's see. It was a regular customer at my stall. You could say they were very fond of a swimwear. You say you had it for a little while. You already passed it on? I'm afraid so, but I can't tell you to who. Everything has to be by the book. But you know what? Since you're such a lovely customers, I would tell you this. It was someone who got married very recently. It's interesting because it feels like we're going in reverse. She mentioned her husband loves cakes too. Poponio is a Poponio does. Ah, you said she and her, so you must have passed it on to a woman. It is normal to pass an ancient relic around like a piece of gossip. You talk to so many people now, but there's still no way to know where the egg could be. I think we're almost there, Luke. I'd say we just need one more piece of information and we'll be able to work it out. How are we going to do that? Are we really so close to working it out? You just leave it to the professor's #1 assistants. I bet you anything you can, you like I can solve this one. You're on, Emmy. If you can solve it on your first try, you have to treat me to an ice cream. Challenge accepted. Okay. Okay, what do we have here? Did we truly talk to everyone? Good luck finding the true Poponio. Probably won't take a smart bunch of you guys very long though. I gotta make sure we talk to everybody. Okay, we already talked to Javier as well. Now we already talked to Martin before. We also talked to Emily. Maybe at the very beginning of the island of the map. Perhaps there will be someone there we haven't talked to. I was the Poponio to a merry customer in the spirit of the Harmony Ring, but please keep that strictly between us. Oh. Bottle. Okay. Hint coin. And a little crab. Okay. We talked to everybody, but I'll keep exploring just in case. Oh wait, no. The kid in the bunny costume. Well, good day, sir. I see this Poponio doll has caught your eye. Such excellent taste. And your choice of hat? Very dapper. It's very nice, but I'm afraid I did have to turn down your offer. Oh, come on, take one for Vinny, for the road, for the future. Hop to it. Come on, good man. You won't find a Poponio better than this anywhere in the world. You're missing out. You'll cry all the way home, I swear. Well, let me see. Yes, the quality of the craftsmanship is quite admirable. Yeah, that's right. Great. So you're going to buy it, right? Ka-ching! Done, but sold to the man in the top hat. Doubted. Still as Poponio crazy as ever, I see. There was a hint coin inside that fruit, it seems. Yeah, that's a little bit excessive. Hint coin. else are we missing? What else are we missing? What if we talk to him again? Will his dialogue have changed? It's yours, no takebacks, no refunds, and no guarantee that you won't come back for even more. No, he's not saying anything of interest. Oh, wait. Uh-huh. Okay. Whew, I think we got more than enough of these Poponias now. Anymore, they might weigh down the airship. I knew you'd eventually come around to the idea of just grabbing as many as possible. I still have my doubts. What if every one of them is just a souvenir? The comedians, yes. Later on, Macaw. With this many eggs, there's no way we don't have the real one. Poponio power! I still can't believe that woman at the hotel tried to fob that cheap imitation off on us. Who does she think we are? I'm thinking maybe she was a decoy sent by the boss to test us. In which case, it's a good thing we didn't take the bait. Oh, you two fools. I think we must have asked almost everyone who's had the egg recently, and we still have no idea. Speak for yourself. What? You have managed to work it out, Emmy? I think I've got the gist of it, yes. As we were told initially, the ownership of the egg changes according to a pattern. If we lay out the information we gathered thus far in front of us, we should be able to conduct the whole picture. Really? I just can't make it head nor tail of it, Professor. All will become clear in due time, but first, let's head back to the marketplace. Okay, now we've talked to everybody. Now, from what we learned by speaking to different people on this island, we're able to glean a few key facts. Let's lay out the information and work out the rules concerning how the egg is passed around. Do we really have enough information? Of course, think back, Aurora. We heard a lot of stories today. Can you think of a common link between any of those stories? I cannot know. Not one person we met told us exactly who they gave the egg to. That's true, they weren't allowed to give you as many details. However, the details they did provide were certainly sufficient to solve the mystery. Let us consider them now. Alright. Allow me to assist, Professor. Solve the puzzle. We definitely saw a lot of couples. People who were recently married and families and that sort of deal. After Bud put us on the right track, we obtained information about the egg from 6 people. 3 male, 3 female. If you recall, Martine passed it on before her wedding, so to a married man who thought fondly of his daughter. Miranda also gave it to someone married, so the order is married, about to be married, married, about to be married, perhaps? Quite right, Emmy. Now, would you care to explain the common theme in these 2 stories? It's the marital status. Marital status crops in on both accounts. Precisely. In fact, from Martine's story, I would say that the single people can pass the egg on to somebody married and vice versa. So the egg is passed along depending on whether that person is married or not. Well, there's nothing to disprove this in what we've considered thus far, but I believe there's more to the pattern than that. Let's summarize the male accounts, namely those from Javier and the 2 Targent agents to gain a better picture. Javier reported that he gave the egg to a girl his daughter's age. We also know that a married woman attempted to give the Targent men the egg, so it goes from men to women. It's the genders. Does it have anything to do with the fact that the egg was always offered to someone of the opposite gender? After all, Javier seemed very worried that his daughter might end up passing it on to some sleazy bachelor. So, where do we stand now? We have now extrapolated the second rule, whoever has the egg can pass it on to someone of the opposite gender. For example, if I had the egg, I will be able to give it to either of you, but not to Luke. So a boy can only give the egg to a girl, and a girl to a boy. Almost, but not quite. If we consider Emily's accounts, you see, we run into a problem. Ah, she said that she would have been able to give the egg to any of us, but how? Emmy, would you care to explain? Tell us, what would have made it possible for Emily to give any of us the egg? Which of the rules did Emily have to follow? Either rule. Emily could have given the egg to whoever she liked as long as either one of the two rules was fulfilled. She's married. She knew it wasn't. She knew I wasn't, and she knew Luke and Aurora were too young to be. As for the professor, she didn't need to know their marital status because they were already covered by the opposite gender rule. So they need to fulfill one or the other, or both. It can be either option, as long as one of the rules is fulfilled. That's correct. If the person you wish to give the egg to is of the opposite gender or marital status, then you can pass it on. Oh, that's quite simple, really. Maybe so, but we still haven't worked out who has the egg. I do remember Emily saying she passed it on to a man at lunch, but we don't know where she went to eat. So we'll need to ask somebody where that was before we can continue? Not at all. Here, let's try to determine who held the egg and in which order by lining them up. Wherever there is logic, a solution follows closely behind. I'll see what I can do. So the last person... It definitely started with Martin. Then it was Javier. Then it was Miranda, who passed it on to Emily. And it cannot be detergent agents or Benny. So it has to be Bud. Interesting. Your chain of events matches my own, Aurora. We can safely say that the egg was handed on in this order. Which means Bud was the last of these people to receive the egg. So the person we started with. But he already refused to tell us who he gave the stone to. We're back where we started, aren't we? After all that... Perhaps not, if you recall, Bud only mentioned receiving the Poponia. But he didn't say anything about giving it away. Precisely. Oh, I see. He must still have the Aura Stone. But what reason will he have for holding onto it? We'll find out soon enough. Shall we pay another visit to Bud's Bar and Grill? Let's go do exactly that. Hey guys, what brings you back here? You've worked it out. You're the current holder of the true Poponia. You got me. I was hoping you would, actually. You see, I've been looking for the perfect person to give the Poponia to, and then you came in with a glazed, sad look. I got to thinking that if anyone needed harmony, it was you. I'd be satisfied with just the Poponia, thank you. Oh gee, you're kind of missing the point. Let me give you the lowdown. We all say the Poponia brings happiness, that's the island way. But its humble beginnings were far from happy. The man who founded Eduardo Poponia was at the end of his rope. Oh really? Yes, sir. He hit rock bottom and wanted to idle away his days as a hermit, so he set off for some old, crumbling ruins. But bam! He made the discovery of a lifetime. His business boomed, and voila! Sangria was born. That story sounds familiar. So you're saying that the Poponia he found was the basis of the tourist merchandise? Pretty much, yeah. Kinda crazy when you think about it. One little stone egg turned his life around in a flash. So point is, even in the gloomiest of times, you gotta look forward. Happiness might be waiting just around the corner. Don't take the Poponia just because you want it. Take it because you want to be happy. And that's our second egg. Thank you. The people of these islands always greet us with a smile. I found it out at first, but I think I understand now. Now that's what I'm talking about. I knew the Poponia would be the perfect gift for you. It's what Eduardo would have wanted, I'm sure of it. And that's our second egg collected. We're making an omelette, a metaphorical puzzle omelette. What a beautiful island. Out of all the destinations that we visited, this one might be my favorite. Just look at that view. Oh, the distant mountains. The cozy vibe of everything is just wonderful. Welcome back, sirs and madams. I trust the glorious weather helps shine some light into your investigation to make it a dazzling success. You know, Raymond, I was thinking of passing the egg on to you, but if you plan to make these terrible puns after each step of the journey, maybe I'll hold on to it a little longer. You needn't to worry either way, as I believe the people of Harmony Ring intended for Aurora to hold on to the egg. A wise decision if there ever was one. It is disappointing that you weren't able to visit the ruins though. You seem very well acquainted with our actions, Raymond. Master, you should know I am never too far away to keep an eye on things. Well then, I'll just prepare for takeoff, shall I? Very fortunate that Raymond is aiding our cause. I feel he will make a powerful enemy if crossed. Foreshadowing to the fact that Sycamore is probably Descole? Perhaps. Professor Layton, Professor Sycamore, something's coming back to me about the AZRAN. Good tidings indeed. There's a facility that now lies under Sangreal. It was used to harness the power of the moon and soothe nature's temper. You mean it could be used to control the seas? I think so. The facility was closed before our civilization reached its peak. Perhaps it had already accomplished its purpose. I'm sorry, that's all I can recall. It's all quite hazy. So the calm, luxurious shores of Sangreal are part of provided by the AZRAN. Thank you, Aurora. You're welcome. It's nice to be able to share these memories. An ancient facility hidden underwater. I'm almost tempted to go deep sea diving and see it for myself. And with this, we say goodbye to Sangreal. A beautiful location, full of very nice individuals. Let's save real quick. And that's 2 of the eggs collected. And I think we're gonna call it a day for now right there. But very decent progress. 2 locations completed in a single stream. So that's very good. In the next stream, we'll visit the desert. That's where we'll go next time in our world tour of puzzles to discover the secret of the AZRAN legacy. Thank you everybody so much for watching a stream. Thank you for joining me in this adventure. It's been a pleasure to stream for you all, and I truly hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And with that, I'll say thank you to the Patreons for their monthly support as well, and all of you for spending your day with me. It's been a pleasure. This game is fantastic. I agree. I am loving this so far. Much love, Yellow. Much love to you as well. Thank you for the stream. Well, thank you for watching. And I'll see you, my friends, in the next one. And I'll see you, Space Cowboy. Bang.
I was cooling in the motel for a minute. Loved ones that I won't tell how I'm living. Now I'm in the woods, trailer park, staying hidden. In the rap game, slashing through a million minions. IRL is lame cause I'm broke in Virginia. Surrounded by the slimy cold-blooded, they amphibians. I ain't dark as I was, hit the amphibians. Pulled a beef katana out, then the slaughterhouse. I was hired cause you talking loud, starting drumming out. I got fired cause I understood what they talking about. So I fight them cause I understand all they trauma now. In the woods, smoking on some woods, game me feeling good, but it's great. Can escape my fate, would it if I could? On some LBs, for these LBs I had to hustle. Desperately trying to find paradise through this desperate struggle. Want to kill and be killed, it's the way that I'm living. Throw my life away, but I had to hide my feelings. Trying to stack LB straight to the ceiling.